Perhaps I'm in the minority with this opinion, but it seems that by and large, baseball games these days have become increasingly more and more inaccessible. While I finally remember the days of playing games like Bases Loaded on the Super Nintendo, when I first tried the Major League Baseball series on the Xbox 360, it was a bit overwhelming. Sure, while it's impressive how realistic things have become these days, with the games going as far as including the signature habits of each individual player, you can't really just play a game of ball anymore. While I can recognize the merit of the fine-tuned controls over each individual aspect of the game, as someone who has no real interest in ever investing so much effort into it, I knew it wasn't for me. MLB Power Pros on the Nintendo Wii is a bit different. The first line is drawn in the sand right off the bat. Do you enjoy this visual style? Personally, I found the big caricatures to be refreshing. With every company these days striving so hard for realism, people have forgotten that sometimes a simplistic art style can be much more memorable. That's how Power Pros looks. Slightly ridiculous, but memorable. These chibi characters are a lot more pleasing to the eye than yet another dose of creepy close but not quite generic lookalikes. The atmosphere is bright and happy, which lends itself greatly towards having a fun and enjoyable game of ball. Watching these goofy characters as they step up to bat, still portraying some of the habits of their real-life counterparts, will surely put a smile on your face. With the theme of simplicity in its visual style, one might be worried that it might cause the actual play to suffer, although that is not the case. MLB Power Pros is a respectable game, and when you hit the ball, the physics are impressively right on. Anyone who doesn't mind the aesthetics of this game should not take any contention with how it is played. MLB Power Pros 2008 presents anywhere from an easily accessible casual experience to an amazingly daunting and complicated affair. Basically, you can fine-tune the options to any style you prefer. For the non-gaming tourists, you can start up an exhibition game and whop the Wii remote around to simulate throwing and batting while the computer essentially plays the rest of the game for you. For the non-obsessive gamers who want to play a game while still utilizing some skill, you can easily jump into a game using the nunchuck and the Wii remote, classic controller, or GameCube controller to have total control over how you pitch, bat, field, and run. Through the options, you can specify how hard you want everything to be, with modes ranging from novice to expert. If you want to play through a season without having to worry about any of the managerial stuff, you can do that too. Power Pros would make a good game for any baseball fanatic. While many of these options start to drift away from how much effort I intend to spend with such a game, the massive amount is still rather impressive. When you start a season, as per usual with baseball games these days, there are a lot of options before you in developing your team. Training different stats, purchasing equipment, making trades, creating characters, and so on are all right here. Delving even further into the mix, you can play as a single character on a team and develop a career. In a life simulation mode, you can start off as a young little squirt and work your way into the majors while handling personal decisions regarding your life, such as who you're dating even. I'm sure that there's someone out there who will just eat this stuff up. So what keeps this game from being perfect? There's very little that's outright wrong. Understanding some of the options can be a little confusing at first, and it can be difficult figuring out if everything is already set the way that you want it. Beyond that, having your fielders respond precisely as you'd like in a single instant once the ball is hit can occasionally be frustrating. Things like the music and announcers eventually become tedious. Nothing too severe though. I really enjoyed the control you have over your hitting and pitching. Instead of forcing you to perfect your motor skills by properly maneuvering the analog stick in an overly precise fashion, you have more direct control over what you do. This puts a larger emphasis on the psychological tension between the batter and the pitcher, which in turn makes for a more fun game. The only real problem I have with this game is that there's no online play, which is pretty much standard for a Nintendo Wii game, but still disappointing overall. Are you cool with this visual style? Do you yearn for baseball? If so, checking this game out would probably be a good idea. I give MLB Power Pros 2008 on the Nintendo Wii an 8 out of 10.